Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your latest Chelsea transfer news. Xavi Simons and Alejandro Garnacho news dominating the Chelsea front for the past few days. We really need to start digging deep into what is going on with this Xavi Simons deal, ladies and gentlemen. It was positive for so long. It still is positive, but is it stalling? Is it kind of stalling at the wrong period when, the new season is just around the corner? We'd like to see Xavi Simons be part of Chelsea Football Club ASAP so that when the preseason matches start literally in about a week's time, I think we've got AC Milan, we've got Bayer Leverkusen, which is going to be interesting, some of those games. It's important that we have these players ready and, up and ready going for Chelsea Football Club. And with the new season that's coming up, you want them to be absolutely on the dot. So I don't want to start a season where we still have players where we're expecting to arrive at Chelsea and the season's already started. I want them to be here at Chelsea before the season starts. So we're going to talk in deep details and analyze what's going on with Xavi Simons. Alejandro Garnacho, ladies and gentlemen, he wants Chelsea Football Club. He badly wants it. He's made it very, very evident, and he's quite adamant. He wants to stay in the Premier League and he wants to play in the Champions League. And the team that can serve him the best, and he wants to be in London. The team that can serve him the best is Chelsea. All right, so these are the two big topics we're going to talk about. And of course, there's some information in regards to Tariq George as well, because Alejandro Garnacho coming in is going to have implications on Tariq George and ramifications. There's going to be a bit of a domino effect within the squad. So we're going to talk about all of that. Now, first up, let's talk about Xavi Simons, ladies and gentlemen. This is the latest coming from, well, before we get into this news, let's start from the top. This is coming from German. I believe this is, I don't know whether, sometimes some of these people, I don't know whether they're German or they're Austrian or whatever the case is. But anyway, a very good source in terms of German Bundesliga news, Philipp Heinz. Let's see what Philipp Heinz has to say, because he's been covering this Xavi Simons news very, very accurately. Xavi Simons deleted Leipzig from his Instagram. Now, look, I don't play too much into all of these Instagram, Facebook, X, deleting your bio from these platforms, but it probably means something. It means something. You have to put some value to it, but not the entire value on it. But I feel like you can definitely see the indication that the player doesn't want to be at Leipzig anymore, wants to move. Most likely a clear sign, basically. Most likely a clear sign he wants out. The player and his camp continue to push for a move. Leipzig continue to ask for 60 million all in. Chelsea are concrete, but have still not made a return offer. So this, I think the first obstacle, there's a couple of obstacles here. First up, it's we want players out. I think Chelsea are not triggering this because we need certain players that are no longer part of the future at Chelsea Football Club. We need them to be gone. And the second part is Chelsea have a rough estimation on Xavi Simons, considering he's got 2 years left in his contract. At the end of this season, if he does stay at Leipzig, he's allowed to make any sort of communications with other football clubs and potentially leave on a free down the track. And Leipzig definitely don't want that. Leipzig want to be able to sell him right now, or they'd want to get him on a new contract. So Chelsea see this as an opportunity that, he's not worth 60 million. Me personally, I thought he was somewhere around 50 to 60 million, because that's the going price for everyone these days. Any decent enough player that can play out wide, that can play in the half space, they generally go for this type of money anyway. So 60 million, but Chelsea, look, I get it. This is negotiation tactics. Leipzig wants 60 million. Chelsea don't want to pay 60 million because you only got 2 years left in your contract. Reduce the price down. Get it down to about 50 million pounds, and maybe there could be a deal there, but we'll see. So these are some of the obstacles. Chelsea are concrete, but still have not made a written offer. So this is coming from Philip Heinz. Let's have a look at what else is going on in regards to Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons removed Red Bull Leipzig from his Instagram bio, which is doing the rounds. You guys can all check it out on Instagram. Look, I mean, it means something. Look, as you can see, before he had Leipzig, now he doesn't have Leipzig. One positive here is player doesn't want Leipzig anymore. So Leipzig, at the end of the day, you don't want to keep a player that is disgruntled, that doesn't have the commitment to be at your club anymore. So it is in their um, in their like it's in their rights to that's not the right word. I'm looking for a particular word, but the bottom line is Leipzig should be looking to let go of this player. And I get it. Look, Leipzig are in the middle of getting some sort of negotiation for Sesko as well. So they could potentially lose Sesko and Simons, which, it's a concerning factor for Leipzig moving into the next season, that they don't want to be going in short on talent. And these are big players for them. So, look, I still believe whenever a player is not willing to participate for your team anymore, you need to let go. So look, I have complete faith this is still going to happen, and it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. I just hope that we don't stall so much to the point where Sesko leaves and then Leipzig really starts negotiating with Xavi Simons and gets him on a new contract. And a little bit more money, whilst we are also waiting on players to leave. That's my only concern, that there are different issues that could potentially hamper this deal. Justin, Chelsea want to spend less than the price that Leipzig are asking for Xavi Simons. It is not in danger at this stage, but it's an important point. Chelsea plan to make sure they can complete some outgoings first before they're going back to advance more on Simons, coming from Fabrizio Romano. And this is the other obstacle. And this, I think, is the main obstacle. We want some, outgoings. We need players. We still have too many players that need to leave, man. Sterling, Renato Vega, Ben Chilwell, Desasi, many more, the Nkunku, so many players that still needs to leave. I completely get the fact that we want to take care of that situation first before we bring in more players. There is one of the issues that we've had recently with financial fair play for UEFA, is that our squad ratio is too much. We've got too many players, so we need to get rid of players. But so you've got the price, obstacle, and you've also got the too many players that we have that needs to leave. So two obstacle, and on top of that, Sesko as well. If he leaves first from Leipzig, all of these three variants can be a bit of a problem. But as I said, I still believe Simons, he's so adamant to join Chelsea Football Club that it's going to happen. But I just hope that it all happens a bit quicker. The longer it lingers on, I think there could be a possibility that Simons might stick around in Leipzig. A verbal agreement is almost done between Chelsea and Xavi Simons. Look, the personal terms agreement, that's not the problem. That's always been fine. No one's worried about personal terms agreement. People are getting worried about the club to club and the different obstacles that we've just said. Chelsea they want to get rid of some players, and Leipzig ain't going to just stick around forever. Chelsea are ready to submit an official bid, but further player offloads are needed first, and there's still a strong feeling that the deal will go through, coming from Florian Plettenberg. So ultimately, look, everyone's still positive, and I hope it stays this way. We do need more attacking options, and Xavi Simons, with so many players that we've let go of. We definitely need a player like Xavi Simons to come in and help us out next season in the Premier League and in the Champions League. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts. Are you concerned, or are you sort of calm about the situation? That, look, it's going to happen. We just need a few more things to go through first, but it's going to happen. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've got some conversation in regards to Alejandro Garnacho. Again, Matt Law coming in and talking about Garnacho on a regular basis now. So, look, I'm quite certain Garnacho to Chelsea is going to happen. It's just a matter of time now. I think if the price is right, Chelsea will trigger this because Garnacho wants Chelsea as well, and Chelsea want Garnacho. I'm told Garnacho wants Chelsea, wants to stay in the Premier League, and ideally play in the Champions League like most players do. There you go, coming from Outlaw. He's set his heart on Chelsea if possible. I mean, incredible, incredible. He wants Chelsea. Look, I was hoping he was going to go to Aston Villa. I was hoping he was going to go to Napoli, but all of that has come to nothing. He's going to come. He wants to be at Chelsea Football Club, which some are looking at and thinking, yeah, that's a great thing. I say, well, why do you want Chelsea so badly now? Why? I thought you were Man United through and through. All of a sudden now you want Chelsea. No problems. Obviously, we've got a lot of things going for us right now, and you want to be part of that. I just hope that you can behave, you can perform, and help Chelsea next season. I just hope you don't try and steal the show, please. That's all I ask for. We've got something great going on at Chelsea Football Club right now. There's a good vibe. There's a good feeling. Please don't try and hijack this and ruin it and only focus on yourself. And if you do that, trust me, the fan base is not going to appreciate that. Alejandro Garnacho is keen on joining Chelsea. It was his priority in January, and he's still keen on the move this summer. Chelsea is considering bidding later this month. So this is probably one where it might not happen before the start of the season. This is probably one that will go to the middle of the season, maybe by the end of August, or by the end of August when the transfer window finally does shut. Because Man United also needs, to ensure that they've got enough players in their squad for the upcoming season. Chelsea as well, we need to get rid of quite a lot of players. I mean, look, we're already needing to let go of quite a lot of players for Xavi Simons. So you best believe we need to let go of many more before Garnacho can come in. But in principle, I think both parties want this deal. So I think both parties are happy to wait around a little bit. Garnacho is no longer part of Man United. I'd be shocked if he becomes part of their squad when the new season starts. I don't think he will be. Matt Law, once again, Chelsea believe this is now a little bit in regards to Tariq George, because there is ramifications. With Garnacho coming in, Tariq George's time at Chelsea Football Club was already going to be limited because of the options that we have. But I just thought that if he stuck around at Chelsea, at least he can get some minutes in the Premier League. He can get some minutes in the Champions League as well and play most of the domestic cups. I thought that would have been far better suited for us, for Tariq George's development and ensuring that he's one of ours, right, from the academy. And let's try and grow him. But the fact that we're going for Garnacho as well on top of Xavi Simons, now Tariq George, he does need to move on. And this is what Matt Law is saying. Chelsea believes Tariq's development would be better served out on loan because they feel he had a breakthrough season at the end of last season. Yes, he did. He really did. That goal against Fulham, I will not forget. That goal against Fulham started this positivity. Yes, Pedro Neto goes and wins it. But if it wasn't for Tariq George's equalizer, I feel like, for me, that was the turning point. That Tariq George equalizer against Fulham when we had no right to win that game. If you remember, if you go back and watch it, Fulham was in full control. Fulham was in full control of that game. Tariq George equalized, and for me, that changed the story of last season. Finishing in the Champions League position, Real Betis beating them in the Conference League and going on and being world champions. I feel like that moment from Tariq George was very, very important. A breakthrough season at the end of the season, and now he needs to try and play more regularly, and sitting on the bench would do him no good. So look, Tariq George, I hope we can find a very good loan for him, a loan where he starts on a regular basis. Don't want him to go on a loan where he is a bench player for whoever he goes to. I wouldn't even mind sending him abroad where they're going to actually utilize him on a regular. So let's watch this space. Tariq George potentially going out on a loan. Let's have a look at if there's any other latest news that has dropped since we started recording. 1 minute ago. 1 minute ago. Interesting. Let's have a look. More Garnacho information coming from Fabrizio Romano. Garnacho to Chelsea is something that won't happen right away. It's going to take some time before they enter into that. Chelsea have to sell players as they want to find solution for current players before signing more. Also, the valuation will be important. There we go. That's what we've said. But the bottom line with Garnacho and Chelsea is that both want each other. Garnacho wants Chelsea, Chelsea want Garnacho. So that we need to understand first up. Obstacles, as we've talked about, many obstacles for Xavi Simons. Obstacles for here is we need players gone, which we will let go of, and the price has got to be the right one for Garnacho, which I believe around 30 million. I think then there might be a deal. Man United probably wants more, but if it's more, then I don't think the market opportunity really is available then. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about in regards to Xavi Simons and Garnacho. What do you think? What do you think, Xavi Simons, with all of this stuff that's going on? Are you still positive that it's going to happen? And Garnacho, does Chelsea Football Club really need Garnacho? Let me know your thoughts. And Tariq George as well, potentially going on loan. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, everyone, take care. See ya.